The stage is set for a clash of giants. Two undefeated teams, two fan bases desperate to prove they're the best. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 3-0. The Philadelphia Eagles at 3-0. Only one can stay perfect. And Sunday might be the moment that defines the rest of this season. The Buccaneers walk into this battle carrying both momentum and questions. 3 straight wins, each one decided by late-game heroics, have built belief in this locker room. But now comes their toughest test yet, a heavyweight fight against the Eagles. Tampa's offensive line has been a patchwork unit all season, but hope returns with Tristan Wirfs. If Wirfs is back on the field, everything changes. He's not just a blocker, he's the anchor, the shield, the heartbeat of this offense. His presence alone can calm Baker Mayfield, open holes for the run game, and give this offense the stability it's been missing. Still, there's mystery. The Buccaneers aren't revealing their exact O-line plans. Strategic secrecy or pure chaos? Either way, the Eagles won't know what they're facing until kickoff. And here's where things get interesting. The Eagles' weakness is stopping the run. They rank just 24th against the rush. Meanwhile, Tampa Bay has quietly built one of the league's best ground games, 7th overall. This is where the Buccaneers can punch the Eagles right in the mouth. Bucky Irving is hungry to rebound after a slow outing. Rackett White continues to grind out yards. And don't forget, Baker Mayfield has been running for his life and turning it into a weapon. With 116 rushing yards already, he's the second leading rusher on the team. That kind of toughness fires up the whole roster. But there's a brutal twist. Mike Evans won't play. The Bucs lose their most reliable deep threat. That's a dagger. Still, all eyes now turn to rookie Emeka Egbuka, who already leads the team with 181 receiving yards. This is his chance to prove he can carry the passing attack against one of the deepest defensive lines in football. And speaking of that defense, even without rookie Nolan Smith, the Eagles still bring chaos. Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Zadarius Smith, Josh Uche. Wave after wave of pass rushers ready to break through any wall Tampa puts up. The question is, will the Buccaneers' rebuilt line hold long enough to give Mayfield a chance? This isn't just a game. This is survival. One team will walk away 4-0, their confidence soaring. The other will taste their first defeat, and maybe even doubt. Backhand index pointing right, so here's my question for you. Do the Buccaneers have enough firepower to shock the Eagles? Or will Philadelphia's defense crush Tampa's perfect record? Drop your predictions in the comments. Who takes the showdown? The Buccaneers may be walking into this game without Mike Evans, but help is coming. Chris Godwin is expected to play, and that changes everything. Add in rookie star Emeka Egbuka leading the team in yards, plus veteran Sterling Shepard stepping up, and suddenly this passing attack still has weapons. And here's where Tampa has a real opening. The Eagles' secondary isn't at full strength. Their pass defense ranks 11th in the league, solid but not elite. And with Adoree Jackson doubtful, the Eagles lose one of their best corners. That means backups like Perry Nickerson, Khalil Ringo, or Mekhi Garner could be forced into big minutes. For Baker Mayfield, that's a green light. You don't ignore Philly's pass rush, but you take your shots downfield when the matchups are there. Still, the Buccaneers can't afford to beat themselves. Last week's sloppy penalties nearly cost them. Against a team as deep and disciplined as the Eagles, 10 or 11 flags will bury you before halftime. The key is balance. Pound the run, control the clock, and then strike with precision when the secondary cracks open. Now flip the field. The Eagles' offense is terrifying on paper. Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, Dallas Goedert, and that offensive line? One of the nastiest in football, with Jordan Mailata, Landon Dickerson, Cam Jurgens, Tyler Steen, and Lane Johnson holding the wall. On paper, that's a nightmare matchup. But here's the truth. Tampa Bay's defense matches up better than most people think. Philly ranks only 14th in rushing offense, and Tampa has been elite against the run, 5th best in the entire NFL. Vita Vea is healthy and wrecking the middle. Even with Collegiate Cansey and Logan Hall banged up, guys like Greg Gaines and rookie Elijah Roberts have stepped in and battled hard. This front isn't afraid of Barkley. The real test? Pressure. If the Buccaneers' pass rush can force Hurts off script, if they can make him uncomfortable behind that wall of protection, then Tampa has a real chance to dictate the game. This matchup is strength versus strength. The Eagles bring firepower, the Bucs bring grit. One mistake could swing it all. Backhand index pointing right. What do you think, Bucs fans? Will Tampa's defense finally slow down Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley? Or will Philly's weapons be too much? Drop your take below. If the Buccaneers want to shock the Eagles, it starts with one mission: shut down the run. Every single play, every single snap, that has to be the mindset. Tampa's front is built for this fight. With Vita Vea anchoring the middle, and guys like Yaya Diaby crashing off the edge, this defense doesn't fear anybody in the trenches. And let's be real, if you can slow down Saquon Barkley and limit Jalen Hurts' legs, you give yourself a real shot to win. Barkley hasn't looked like himself so far this year. Just 3.3 yards per carry, only 194 rushing yards total. For a superstar back, that's quiet. But Hurts? Different story. He's already at 117 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns, thanks in part to that infamous tush push that Philly turns into a cheat code. Some Bucs fans joked online, throw Desmond Watson and Vita Vea at the middle to stop it. A wall of pure mass. But Watson won't even be active for this one, so it's on the usual rotation to stand tall. Here's why this matters. Every game both of these teams have played this year has been a one-score battle. Nothing easy. Nothing comfortable. So expect another nail-biter, where 1 or 2 plays decide everything. The formula is clear: mirror the Eagles' style and beat them at their own game. Control the ground attack. Take your shots through the air when the opportunity comes. And on defense, stay disciplined, force Hurts into long throws, and keep Barkley bottled up. The Eagles' receivers, A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, can take over a game in a heartbeat. That means Tampa's secondary has to hold the line, while the front seven focuses on keeping the run in check. And let's not forget the revenge angle. Haason Reddick, once a dangerous weapon for Philadelphia, now suits up for Tampa Bay. He knows this offense. He knows this quarterback. And you can bet he's got something extra to prove under the lights. On the other side, the Eagles have Fred Johnson, a former Buccaneer, sitting on their offensive line depth chart. A small connection, but in games like this, every storyline adds fuel to the fire. This isn't just football. This is a test of wills. Two teams built the same way: tough, scrappy, run first, and hungry to stay undefeated. And only one walks out still perfect. Backhand index pointing right. Tell me, Bucs fans, do you trust this defense to keep Saquon and Hurts in check? Or will Philly's ground game finally break through?